It's the Shatkin First Down pregame show, presented by Dr. Todd Shatkin and the Aesthetic Associates Center, with your hosts, Rich Gaenzler and Dr. Jared Shatkin, and our special guest, Buffalo Bills alum, Jeff Nixon. Now, from the Shatkin Sports Network studios in Amherst, here are your hosts, Rich Gaenzler and Jared Shatkin.
All right, welcome to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. Rich Gaenzler, Jared Shatkin. Happy holidays for everyone and to everyone, obviously. The snow show, if you will, from our home studios. And Jared, you're on the road. You've been seeing family on the road, so you're on the road as we speak. I'm in my basement in suburban Buffalo doing the show from here with, the travel bans and all of that. So hopefully you and your family have had a great week away from what was the blizzard of all time here in Western New York. And before we get started on the football talk, I just want to send out from everyone on the show condolences to all the family and friends of the nearly 30 folks that passed away during the storm. And it's just so tragic and sad. Not only that it happened, but of course, when it did around the holidays. So we want to send our condolences out to those folks, and then send some thank yous out to, the power crews who had to brave Arctic weather, and still some of them are, to get some people who still don't have power it back. And them, and also, the road crews, the plow crews, the EMTs, the fire, the police, the state troopers, the National Guard. Thank you, all of you.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about football, but those are the real heroes, the first responders who are keeping people alive. And condolences to all the families of people who've passed away. I've been looking at it from afar, and I can see it's really heartbreaking.
Absolutely. And again, there's Buffalo one more time on the top of the newscast worldwide now for our weather. So, for those of you that do travel abroad, whether it's, in the US or out, it's always that first question, right? Hey, is it snowing up there? Like in July, we'll get that question. Is it snowing in Buffalo? Blah. Well, this is kind of why we get that, right? So obviously the weather was interesting for that Bears game, super cold, well into the double digits, below zero at times. Another slow start, but a big finish. So were you okay the way the game went? I mean, it was kind of what good teams are sort of supposed to do, right?
Yeah, I think the Bears are a pretty bad team, and it was looking a little rough in that first half. But I think coming along at the end and winning by that many when you definitely don't have your A game is a pretty good sign. But there are definitely some things to be concerned about with this Bills team. It doesn't look like the juggernaut that we kind of were at the beginning of the season. We let a pretty bad Bears team stick in there for almost 2.5 quarters. So
yeah, for sure. I just got to thinking about this today. About Josh and his game. And it was a very interesting tweet that came out. And I want to read you some of these stats that I have that I kept around purposely for the show. Since the Kansas City game, Josh ranks 26th in the league in passing rating. He has the most turnovers for any quarterback in the league since Kansas City, which is week 6, 30th in completion percentage since week 6, 21st in yards per pass, 12th in yards per game, and 8th in passing touchdowns since the Kansas City game. And despite all that, the Bills have won 6 straight.
Yeah, we have a really good team around him, and he's definitely, to me, every time I think he's injured. I think this is showing now. I don't think he has his A game. I don't think his fastball is there. Even it just doesn't seem like the Josh Allen we know. But we're winning games, and it's a large part because he's able to tough through some of that pain and make some big plays that keep us in the game. So if he can keep it together and keep making plays that can win us games, we'll be okay, I think.
I'm going to ask you trivia question number 1, and then we'll have the answer on the other side. You can take a guess. Ready at this? This future Hall of Fame tackle blocked a punt as a Bills rookie special teamer to help the Bills beat Cincinnati in 2004. Who do you think that was?
Yeah, I'll give you the answer, and also I'll give you the fact that he was a tight end when he blocked this kick. Jason Peters, number 85.
All right, the answer coming up after the break. Jeff Nixon, former Bill, joins us. He had some epic games against the Bengals in the late 70s and early 80s. He's going to talk about some of those matchups and more when we return on the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
I am so happy with my experience that I had at I Smile Spas today. Got my teeth professionally whitened. I have months of results in less than an hour. No pain, seriously, not even a sting. They're not sensitive. You leave with a kit to continue your whitening. Absolutely incredible. I'm so happy I ever did this. I can't stop smiling.
Western New York. Smile again with confidence. Call 43-SMILE today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin here with Hall of Fame running back Thurman Thomas.
My family and I have been coming to Dr. Shatkin's dental office for years. The office is beautiful and the staff is outstanding.
Thanks, Thurman. It's been an honor for me to take care of you and your family.
For a Hall of Fame smile, go where the pros go. Dr. Todd Shatkin at the Aesthetic Associates Center.
Call today for a free consultation, 839-1700.
If there's one thing I love more than Western New York, it's the people of Western New York. So all my friends from Buffalo, Hamburg, and Niagara Falls, Lockport, West Seneca, and Grand Island, where would you love to have dinner tonight?
Brussels, of course. Brussels, of course.
One more time.
Brussels, of course.
Thank you, Western New York, for being my guest and letting us do the rest.
All right, welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. Happy holidays to everyone. We're joined by Jeff Nixon, former Bills safety, who's been in town for a long time. I know you've probably seen him at all kinds of charitable Bills events over the years, but a guy that was part of a team that was really fun to watch, that 80-81 team we're going to talk about in a little bit. You were here 79-84, played safety, 38 for the Bills. So we got a lot to ask you about. But before we get to that, we have to ask you, or not ask you, but actually I will ask you. You might know the answer to this, but we have to go to the answer to the previous trivia question that we gave to Jared before the break. The question was this: this future Hall of Fame tackle blocked a punt as a Bills rookie special teamer to help the Bills beat Cincinnati in 2004. Any idea who that was?
Good Smirlis. Oh, what year?
2004. 2004.
Oh, 2004. Drawing a blank.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a toughie. The answer is Jason Peters. You played in a game against the Bears in '79 at the Old Rich Stadium. The name is old. Whatever. And the offense in that game generated 106 total yards. I'm sorry, when an NFL offense generates 106 total yards, that puts a heck of a lot of pressure on the defense if they're going to win a football game. And when you're playing against Walter Payton, which you guys were, makes it even more difficult. Talk a little bit about the memories of that game, and more importantly, talk about playing against Sweetness.
Oh boy, that it's an honor anytime you get a chance to play against a guy that you know is going to be a future Hall of Famer. And at that point in his career, it was kind of winding down, but he still had a lot left in the tank. And on that game, as I think we spoke about this earlier, he gained like 150 some yards. I mean, that he was rolling. But in one play in the game, I remember he came running down the field. It was on a draw, and it opened up, and he was just flying right into the secondary. And I'm like, what am I going to do? To give me what he calls the limp leg, where he sticks his leg out like he's going to go that way. But I'd seen him do this before, so I didn't fall for that. And then he cut back hard to the right, just bowled me over, but I was able to tackle him. But what a great feeling that was, to be able to tackle a guy. I could always say, hey, I tackled Walter Payton.
So let's talk very quickly. Let's fast forward to the current Bills team. They're a team, in the last 6 to 8 weeks, they have a 6-game win streak, but not many of the wins were incredibly convincing, put it that way. What do you make of where they are? And you break down the AFC, it looks like it's them and the Bengals, which makes Monday night an incredibly important game, and obviously Kansas City. So what do you make of this team this year?
Yeah, you know what? They went through a rough patch there, for a while, where they just didn't seem to be in sync. They weren't stopping the run very well. They, and they lost a couple, but they seem to finally get their mojo back now. When they started running the ball, and I tell you what, Cook, I'm telling you what, he is going to break one. He gets a chance, that cat can run. And I'd like to see them get a little bit more innovative with him on screen passes, short passes that he can do. But yeah, I like this team. Obviously, Josh Allen is right up there with the best in the NFL right now. He's a run threat. Teams always have to be thinking about that. That's tough, because if they go into a man-to-man coverage and he's got people sprinting downfield and he can get by a linebacker, boom, he's off and on his way. And I like watching Josh run because Josh makes some really good fake moves on guys. I don't know if people realize it, but he's pretty good when he gets in that open field as far as making a guy miss him. He has great focus when he's back there, and he can feel pressure coming. He knows when to slide to the right, slide to the left, when to step up in the pocket. He makes really good decisions.
We have to do a trivia question, okay, for you. Who has the most all-time passing touchdowns for the Bengals? Is it A, Ken Anderson, B, Andy Dalton, or C, Boomer Esiason?
I'd say Ken Anderson.
You're going Ken Anderson.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Well, you played against him, right?
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for your time, Jeff, for doing this. It's been a lot of fun. And hopefully we can do it again soon. And certainly, if not, by the end of this year, next year, we want to have you back on the show again.
Thanks again for having me on, man. I appreciate it. And as always, go Bills.
All right, there's Jeff Nixon. More coming up on the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. Stay right here.
As a kid, I just remember, being so excited the night before, not being able to sleep, and waking our parents up at 3 o'clock in the morning after they'd just gone to sleep to see if we could open presents. Well, obviously, I'm thankful for my friends and family, for my health. I'm thankful for science and logic in this unprecedented time. And I'm very thankful for the opportunities I've been given in my life, and I'm thankful for the ones that have yet to come.
From the Aesthetic Associates Center, we wish you a happy and healthy holiday season.
Family is the most important to us above everything else. 34 Group is a general construction company.
We had a part in rebuilding the community. We choose Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York because they are reliable.
It's just great coverage, and we have a great relationship with the folks at Highmark. We want our legacy to just be that we were good people that loved our community.
It is definitely a love affair, I can tell you that right now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin, and a Happy New Year to all of you from the Aesthetic Associates Center.
All right, well, we're back on the show, and it looks a little bit weird because of the snow and the holiday and everything combined, but we're winging it, and everything's pretty much on Zoom this week, so it's time to go inside the pocket. All right, so here we are, Sam Castronova, Albany Empire quarterback, with a very special guest on his lap.
Special.
Please introduce us to the next great Buffalo quarterback. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
On cue.
Right on time, buddy. You know how to make an entrance, Bubba.
Oh, well done. Well, we can stop there and continue or whatever you'd like to do.
You know what? Mommy's here. She's taking care of us. We're ready to keep rolling.
Look at that is service.
This is how he's going to be a good quarterback. He can roll with the punches. Fight adversity.
It sounds crazy, but I think teams are actually starting to sort of figure Josh in this offense out. I mean, think about it. On that first play, what happens? They bait him into a throw. Josh doesn't see the corner dropping into coverage, who makes the pick in double coverage. I mean, that's something that's a mistake he can't make.
I think it's part of it falls on the offensive coordinator, though, because he's got to be here every week. And it just seems like our offense is just kind of so vanilla. And if we're not running the ball good, then we're kind of either Josh has to make an incredible play or we're not going to move the ball. And I also don't understand why we're not getting Stephon Diggs the ball more. I think maybe 5 targets last week. And it's just not, I don't know if his elbow's still off. I mean, obviously I don't blame him too bad because the win was terrible. He's trying to make some plays last game, but we gotta be better Monday night or we're not going to win.
For sure. By the way, before you continue, would you please introduce us to the young man on your lap? Because we didn't get this.
I forgot this out. This is Tatum Russell Castronova, 3 months old, ready to roll.
Yeah. Just talk about Burrow now in the pocket. He's a guy, obviously he's a fantastic pocket passer.
He's real smart. He's super accurate, and he doesn't make a ton of bad decisions. So he's been really impressive this year. I think I think what separates him and Josh, though, is just Josh's athleticism, what he can do with his legs. I mean, like you said, Burrow's a little athletic, and he can make some plays, and he's savvy in the pocket, but he can't run like Josh can. Not even close.
Okay, so we have to get the answer to the question we just asked Jeff Nixon. It's a multiple choice question. Who has the most all-time passing touchdowns for the Bengals? Is it A, Ken Anderson, B, Andy Dalton, or C, Boomer Esiason? What do you think?
Ooh. I think I'm going to go with Andy Dalton.
That is a great guess, and you are absolutely right. Andy Dalton, the correct answer. Well done, my friend. I'm joined by the founder of 26 Shirts and one of the founding members of Bills Mafia as well. Good pal, Del Reed. I love the gear, my friend. Let's just start right there, man.
Thanks so much, man. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, no, it's we have a lot of fun with it.
Before we get into actual football, let's talk a little bit about, for people that don't know you and your story, tell the folks, how you got into what became Bills Mafia and 26 Shirts and all of that.
Yeah, so in 2011, I made a joke, called us a bunch of us who had gotten blocked by Adam Schefter after that drop game against the Steelers when Stevie Johnson went on Twitter and kind of questioned God. A bunch of us teased Adam Schefter for retweeting it a day later. We got blocked. And then in April that next year in 2011, I called us the Bills Mafia. And it was just like a one-off tweet. It just kind of took off. And so we had this opportunity to do something positive with it. We had this large growing social media audience. And it's kind of, the story's been written from there. It just grew and grew and grew. We used to be a group of people on Twitter who were Bills fans that were made fun of by other Bills fans. Eventually became the de facto name of the fan base. The team adopted it a couple of years ago, and it's just been a crazy ride. I
know you've generated 7 figures in your short run here as 26 Shirts, which is really impressive, helping out causes all around Western New York. And it's every different kind of cause you could possibly imagine, right?
Yeah, we tend to skew more towards medical based and family emergencies and stuff like that. And we've helped a bunch of nonprofits, but really in this past year or so, we've really focused on getting back to supporting these individual families. There's such a great need with so many kids dealing with cancers and just people dealing with all kinds of different situations, not just kids. Everybody's dealing with these terrible medical situations. And like I said, family emergencies like a house fire, or we helped one family whose house was pretty much like swallowed up by a sinkhole in Amherst. So it's just so many things that you don't plan for. We really want the stuff that we do, since it's representing the community on the chest, with different designs about the teams and the city itself. We wanted to actually give back to that same community at the same time.
So what do you think of our team, and what do you think of this game on Monday night? Obviously, I mean, the 1 seed is out there, right? And we're looking at 2 of the hottest teams in the league right now. Mm-hmm. 7 straight Cincinnati, 6 straight Bills. Cincinnati is really streaking, and the Bills are kind of doing what people expect them to do and win, but they're just not flashy about it, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the matchup. And in some ways, I wish I wasn't a fan of either of these teams. It's such a great matchup. I'd love to be able to just watch it from with no rooting interest, because I'm going to miss out on a lot of, great drama and everything, because I'm going to be living through it, I guess. Maybe that doesn't make sense. But it's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. And I was talking to my father-in-law about this the other day. We all pick apart the Bills and, oh, they could have done this better. They could have done that better. They started slow, blah, blah, blah. But I don't watch every other team in the league through the microscope that I watch the Bills. I just look at I watch the highlights and I'll see the score. They beat the Bears 35-13. I guess they're pretty good. They beat them by 22. But we're sitting here complaining about left and right about these different things, right? So, so I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a big game. I mean, all the games are going to matter now. I mean, if they can win and the Chiefs lose, hopefully they can rest a bunch of their guys against the Patriots, because they're pretty banged up. They've been doing all right so far on the injury report, but these guys are sore. But the high stakes, they begin now, right? I mean, I really do. If they don't win this game, it's going to be a really tough path to get that 1 seed if they're able to even pull it off. They're going to need help. So it's a great test. It's a great way to start, the playoff mindset where, a couple weeks, if they don't win, they go home. So I'm really excited about it. I'm just crazy nervous because, of course, I am. But I have a lot of faith in our Allen and our team and Josh Allen. He was our Allen. He was our Allen.
Kind of is.
But in Josh Allen and our team.
All right, so very quickly, a couple last things. What's your score prediction for the game?
38-35.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's Monday Night Football. It's prime time.
Right.
I think there's gonna be a lot of points.
And then please let folks know how to be a part of what you do.
Yeah, just look me up on Twitter at Del Reed, at 26 Shirts on all the different platforms and everything. And take a look at 26shirts.com. Maybe we have something you like. Maybe you read about a family that we're helping. Maybe you think the shirt sucks. That's fine. We'll normally have a link to the GoFundMe for the family if you just want to support them directly too.
Okay, last thing. The trivia question is this. What two former Bengal quarterbacks later became Bills coaches? One, a quarterback coach. The other, the offensive coordinator. And when these two people were with the Bills, it was in the mid-2000s, the first decade of...
Sam Weish under Mike Mularkey was one, right?
You're right.
The other one, I'm trying to think of the mid-2000s.
All right. Well, you will have to tune into the show, and when your segment is over, and watch through the commercials to find out who the other person is. Okay. Happy New Year. There's Del Reed from 26 Shirts and one of the originators of Bills Mafia on the show. More as we get Jared back in here and talk about this Bills Bengals game after this on the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin, the clinical director here at the new Shatkin Dental Health Postgraduate Dental Residency Program. For years, I've felt there's been a need to help those patients who just can't afford quality care but want to be treated in a private dental office setting. Shatkin Dental Health will save you 20 to 30% on the procedures you need without compromising the care you deserve.
Call Shatkin Dental Health today at 43 Smile and receive a dental cleaning and x-rays for only $43. And as always, consultations are free.
Your kitchen is the heart of your home, so make it what you've always wanted.
Empire Granite Marble Quartz has everything you need to start your kitchen countertop makeover, all within your budget. Offering 24 months, 0% financing for a limited time. Empire has the largest indoor full slab showroom in Western New York, so visit the showroom today.
Make your dreams a reality with luxury you can afford.
Growing up, we always celebrated Christmas. Lots of family, lots of food. I would say the best year ever was when we got our dog Layla. She's now an 11-year-old golden doodle, so that's got to be the best Christmas we've ever had. Here in Buffalo, we have a lot of family and friends, so I'm happy for everyone that supports me outside of the office, and I'm especially grateful for everyone here and the team at Aesthetic Associates Center.
From the Aesthetic Associates Center, we wish you a happy and healthy holiday season.
All right, welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show, our final segment on this rare, unique-looking, anyway, show. It's been basically all via Zoom because everybody's at home. The travel ban has been going on here in Western New York because of the storm of the generation. I don't know if we can call it the storm of the century, but I would assume so. If this is the biggest thing since the blizzard of 77, right, it's certainly the storm of this century. And so we're all home doing our thing. So we're still doing the trivia. And our last trivia question was this. What two former Bengal quarterbacks later became Bills coaches? Not head coaches, but coaches. You might have been thinking about it. It's really tough. They were coaches for the Bills in 04 and 05, one of them, the other one in 08. Any guess at this, Jared?
Yeah, let's see. 08.
Not a head coach. He was the offensive coordinator in 08.
Was Mularkey? No.
Not Mularkey. This is tough. And I saved the toughest one for last. Listen, I'll tell folks we can get out of the game. It was Sam Weish and Turk Schonert. Sam Weish was a Bengal quarterback 68 through 70, came back to coach quarterbacks in Buffalo 04-05. Schonert played for the Bengals 81 through 84 and was the OC in 08 for the Bills. Interestingly, too, if you didn't know, Sam Weish also played quarterback for the Bills for 1 year, 1976. Let's start talking about the Bengals now. And it's crazy how alike these two teams are right now. The Bills might have been the hottest team in the league, but they're not. The Bengals are with 7 straight. The Bills had 6 straight wins. So they're absolutely on fire. The line is 1. The Bills are giving 1 on the road, which I think's kind of remarkable, to be honest with you. The over-under is right around 50. The weather's going to be great. They say it's going to be around 50 there for the game on Monday Night Football. Huge game on the road. And boy, the Bengals are getting great when they need to. They're getting if Hubbard plays, that's a huge thing for them to have him get back. If Hurst plays, that's enormous as well, to get their really active, productive tight end back as an option for them. Take it from there, Jared. What do you think about this game?
I think this game's a flip 'em game, to be honest. Both of these teams are playing amazing. Joe Burrow's playing some really good football right now at the quarterback position, and I think he's playing a little bit better than Allen is currently, but there's always that factor where Allen can put the team on his back. They have a couple running backs. I think Mixon was healthy for the first time in a while last week, and he played pretty well. They got Pirine, who's, he's pretty reliable, but then they have that trio on the outside that's just kind of, a little bit unstoppable for a lot of teams. They got Boyd, Higgins, and of course Jamar Chase. So this is going to be one of the best matchups of the year. They're both really talented teams, and it has so huge playoff implications.
This is also interesting because there's another guy that no one knows about, but has gotten some acclaim in the last couple of weeks in the Bengals offense. 16, I think his name is Irwin. He seems to be Burrow's favorite target the last couple of weeks. He's been terrific for them, so you can't forget about him. This is a game Trey White needs to have a game in, right?
Yeah, and Trey White had that play last week where he just was a step slow, and he's been a little bit of, not a disappointment, but he's been a little slow to get started. And I think if we're going to win this game, he's got to cover Jamar Chase pretty well. I mean, you're not going to keep him completely in check, but we can't let him go out there and absolutely destroy a team like he can. He can take over a game, and Joe Burrow's pretty accurate with the ball. So this is going to be a tough matchup for us.
I would love to be a fly on the wall or on the field or on one of their jerseys with the Chase White LSU connection and see what kind of smack talk's going to be going on between those two guys. Let's get a score from you. What do you think? Monday Night Football, you said it's a pick 'em game. I would agree with you.
I said it's a pick 'em, but I'm a Bills fan, so I got to pick the Bills. I'm going to go Bills 28, and let's go Bengals 24.
28-24. Okay, Bills. I love it. I think this is going to be a classic. I think the Bills will win it 31-30. Bass, game-winning field goal.
That would be huge.
Bassomatic. Jared, obviously, great job. Safe travels home, my man. And throughout the rest of the holidays, enjoy. Happy New Year to you. And next week, we'll get whatever your New Year's resolutions, if you've made any, are, and if you've stuck to them for the first couple of days in the new year. All right?
All right. Sounds good.
Great job, man. Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank our friends, of course, Aesthetic Associates, I Smile, Shatkin Dental, Dr. Todd Shatkin, Russell as well, Russell Salvatore, and of course you for watching at home. Go Bills, of course, continue being safe. I know the weather has warmed up, so if there's any kind of flash flooding, you don't check your sump pumps in your basements with all the snow going away in this beautiful weather for New Year's. Happy New Year to all of you. Go Bills, and thanks for watching the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
If you would like to be a participant in the Shatkin First Down Huddle, email Mark Aarons at maarons@shatkinfirst.com. This has been a production of the Shatkin Sports Network.